Shraddha Sharma, editor Newsband, daily English newspaper of Navi Mumbai. As we are all aware, there is a spike in COVID-19 cases across Maharashtra. In Navi Mumbai too, the cases are rising. To understand the present situation in Navi Mumbai and what measures are being undertaken, we have with us the Commissioner of Navi Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Mr. Abhijit Bangar. Welcome, sir. First of all, sir, there is a spike in COVID-19 cases even in Navi Mumbai. So what measures are being undertaken by NMMC?
As we have been seeing for last almost a month, we have been seeing spike in COVID-19 cases all over Maharashtra and even in MMR region. If we want to be precise, 10th February can be considered as a turning point. Till 10th of February, our average was around 50 to 60 cases, and from 10th onwards, cases started increasing. So the trend to begin with was the cases were increasing at a slow pace, but then of late, last a week or so, we have been seeing increase in number of cases, and now in the cities around Navi Mumbai, there has been a spurt to a larger extent, say Thane or KDMC. Even in Navi Mumbai, after almost a gap of 3 months, we have seen daily cases crossing 200 benchmark. Yesterday, we have reported more than 200 cases. So certainly this is a worrisome feature. The cases are increasing. There are many things which we need to do seeing these cases, and ever since this trend got reversed, even before cases started increasing in Navi Mumbai, seeing the trend which was there around Maharashtra, we started taking measures, and with the help of police, more stringent measures are being taken now. See, we need to understand why cases are increasing now, and then only we'll be able to know what measures can be taken. Most importantly, ever since vaccination has started, it seems that it has developed a little false sense of confidence among people. When we go to marketplaces, we see that many people are either not wearing masks, or if they are wearing masks, they are not wearing it properly. They just keep it on their chin. They don't cover their mouth and nose the way it is supposed to be worn. So it is very important that people follow the COVID appropriate behavior, as we call it. And the more we say about it, the more importance it draws. And we have been expecting that people behave responsibly. People had modified their behavior, but ever since cases started coming down, somehow some section of the population is showing some laxity. And now, seeing that, corporation has taken few stringent measures. First of all, whoever is not following COVID appropriate behavior, they are being dealt with, very strictly. Imposition of monetary penalty, and wherever needed, imposition of filing FIR, criminal cases. Secondly, places where large gatherings happen and the events which have a potential of being a super spreader, like weddings, are under scanner. There are many functions which happen, either weddings or related to wedding, like Haldi Karyakram. So these events are being tracked by corporation, and we are expecting people to adhere to the terms and conditions under which those permissions have been granted. Under Mission Begin Again, any gathering seeing COVID situation is not supposed to be more than 50. So that applies to weddings as well. And that's why we increase the monetary penalty being imposed for violation of these norms in case of a wedding or a wedding related function to 50,000. And now there have been many cases over the city where some kind of violation was observed and 50,000 penalty was imposed. Now it doesn't stop at penalty of 50,000, because there are few elements which which don't bother to pay the monetary penalty, and that's why we need to go ahead of monetary penalty, and then comes a more stringent action in terms of filing cognizable offense under Epidemic Act, and even those cases have been registered. Apart from wedding function, restaurants and pubs are under scanner, because these are the places where if rules are flouted, they again can turn and act as a event of a super spreader. So we have been visiting restaurants and pubs. Frankly speaking, every ward has been given target of daily visiting places, marketplaces, restaurants, pubs, as well as wedding. And wherever we observe that for restaurants and pubs, these rules are not being observed, there again action has been taken, monetary penalty has been imposed, and few places have been sealed as well. Even police have cooperated to a larger extent, and even they have police and corporation have jointly taken actions at many restaurants and pubs. So as far as marketplaces are concerned, we have been taking serious actions at marketplaces as well against people who are not wearing masks or not following social distancing. There are many things which need to do, but just to sum up, we are trying to be very stringent, and even now, given that we have already crossed 200 marks, still if we follow these norms, and if we, I always say that 90% of the people might be following norms, but then the 10% which refuse to follow it even after repeated messaging are going to be a serious concern, and then we are not going to have a folded hands with respect to those 10% people. We are going to be very strict about them.
I said, when if there is a surge in cases, so how is NMMC equipped to tackle this?
Regarding COVID surge,
centers as well as, because some of the COVID centers had been closed when there were down in scale in number of cases.
We have seen our peak in August, and even in September, cases were almost similar to August, a bit less. So we know in terms of hospital infrastructure, in terms of medical and paramedical manpower, how to deal with the situation in terms of numbers being as high as they were in August and September. So whatever centers were operational in August, September, those centers have been temporarily closed. They have not been closed permanently, and that's why if need be, those centers can be started even on a short notice of 2 days. Presently, CIDCO Exhibition Center is the only center which is operational, but then there are two more important centers, Radhaswamy Satsang and Export House APMC. These two centers have been kept on hold. They are totally ready and they can be started anytime. Frankly, our admission in CIDCO Exhibition Center yesterday has crossed 400 mark. So now we are thinking of starting another center rather than loading CIDCO Exhibition Center to the fullest capacity. So when we talk of readiness in terms of hospital infrastructure, we need to be ready in two respects. First is oxygen bed availability, and then comes ICU and ventilator bed availability. As far as oxygen bed availability is concerned, when we had peak in 2020, our bed availability of oxygenated beds was up to 3,000, and almost those number of beds, certainly more than 2,500 beds are still available. So as of now, there is we don't need to worry about availability of oxygen beds. Regarding ventilated beds or ICU beds, the peak capacity we had in 2020 was about 550. So that infrastructure which has already been created is still there. So even for ICU beds, we are given the number of active cases presently, we are comfortably placed. But then it's not about how many cases we have now. We need to be prepared about any exigency. So assuming that we will reach, suppose in an event we reach the peak which we had last year, we are totally ready in terms of hospital infrastructure. But then we need to think beyond that. Suppose our peak this time could be more than last year. We need to be ready with more ICU beds. So there were two facilities which we had thought about starting last year, but then since October cases were declining, so we discontinued with that idea. Those two facilities again are on standby. If need be, we can start with those facilities. Frankly speaking, the present trend, if we consider, given that we have almost 1,500 active cases now, if we consider this scenario with last year when we had 1,500 active cases, the number of hospitalized patients has slightly decreased. So that certainly is a silver lining. But then in terms of preparedness, we need to be preparing for the worst, and that way we are ready with hospital infrastructure. That shouldn't be a worry.
What about the medicines, availability of medicines?
Availability of medicine again is not a concern at all, and availability of medical and paramedical staff again is not a concern. In January, we had discontinued few of the COVID staff because cases were declining. Now, as active cases are increasing, requirement of staff is increasing, and we have started recruiting them back again.
The neighboring corporation, the Panvel Municipal Corporation, has imposed certain restrictions. Is NMMC planning to do that?
See, as far as restrictions are concerned, certainly more restrictions are going to come, because when cases are increasing, it certainly can't be business as usual. First of all, we need to appreciate this fact. Restrictions are, see, any restrictions is going to cause inconvenience to a section of population, and these are not popular decisions. So even for us, when we take those decisions, it's not like signing any other file. We need to think a lot, and a lot of brainstorming happens. We need to look at pros and cons, the kind of inconvenience it is going to cause to population, and then only we need to take that decision. But then any decision with respect to restriction might be necessary, seeing the larger public convenience or larger public interest. So whatever decision is going to be taken is will be on the basis of situation. We already have restricted timings of restaurants and shops, and we even after that we have been seeing increasing trend. And I always keep saying that what happens in cities around us in MMR region, we can't keep ourselves isolated. So if we see that more than 400 cases are already getting reported on daily basis in KDMC, certainly that spillover is going to come to NMMC too. And that's why now, right, this is the right time to start thinking about measures. So certainly few more restrictions are bound to come. The point is, we always keep talking about lockdown and what is going to be with respect to lockdown. So lockdown is a very again unpopular measure, and the decision with respect to lockdown can only be taken on the basis of situation and how grave situation can become. But rather, as Honorable CM has been saying, and as even we have been reiterating, that if we want to avoid full-fledged lockdown, we need to respect the restrictions which are being imposed. If we keep ignoring those restrictions, and if we keep ignoring these expectations from public about COVID appropriate behavior, and if situation turns grim, then we might have to take some unpopular decisions.
How is the vaccination drive faring in Navi Mumbai? How many people have been vaccinated, and what is usually the daily target?
We are in third phase of vaccination now. More than 50,000 people have already been vaccinated. Ever since we have started the third phase, response has been very good. Many people are coming ahead. We are carrying out vaccination with registration, as well as there is a provision of walk-in vaccination. Third phase started on 1st of March. To begin with, there was some confusion in the initial 2 days, but now it is getting settled. We have increased number of vaccination centers of corporation as well as private centers. The difference is corporation centers, people can avail this facility free of cost, while for private centers they need to pay 250 rupees per vaccine, per dose. So in terms of number of centers operational, we already have more number of centers. We have made more centers operational. We have included UHP centers as well now, because we were seeing that large crowds were gathering in our 3 hospitals, Nehru, Airoli and Vashi hospitals. In order to avoid that, now more than 19 UHP centers have been converted into a vaccination center. We are thinking of starting a jumbo center 2, which might be started next week. As far as we have been receiving requests that vaccination centers could be further decentralized, in terms of vaccination centers being started at schools too. So presently, whatever vaccinations as per guideline, whatever vaccination centers we have started are only in hospitals, or if at all it is at any premise apart from hospital, that premise either is very close to hospital or that premise itself has been converted into a kind of a primary health facility. So if we want to take a decision of starting few other center apart from hospital, we'll have to wait for the guideline. I must say that response has been very good. Now we are going to increase booths in our hospital, 3 hospitals, Vashi, Nerul and Airoli, because we have seen that 2 days back I had visited Airoli hospital and I observed that there was so much waiting line there. So now our objective is waiting should not be more than 30 minutes in any case, and that's why our 3 hospitals are going to see more number of booths. And as we all know, our hospitals at Vashi, Nerul and Airoli have been converted into a 24/7 facility. So vaccination, people can avail vaccination facility 24 hours, all 7 days of the week.
There have been, some of the senior citizens have been facing problems to reach the vaccination centers. There have been requests that either, mobile vaccination facilities be started or maybe door-to-door facilities may be started for such senior citizens. Are there any plans to do that?
We have been receiving requests from senior citizens, from bedridden patients, relatives of bedridden patients, that for people who can't walk, who are mobility compromised, then can they be vaccinated by maybe sending a team at their home, or can we do vaccination the way we used to do rapid antigen test drive last year, like mobile teams. So we are in consultation with the government. As I said, presently the guidelines permit only those vaccination centers which are in a hospital premise. But then even government has been receiving this feedback from many places, and we are expecting some advice from government soon.
What message would you like to give to the people, citizens?
This is a very difficult time again, because since October we were seeing cases declining, and that was a big relief. But then as we have been seeing world over, COVID is happening in phases, and even though vaccination has started, it will take some time in getting all senior citizens covered, and then in getting the whole population above 18 years of age covered. So as long as COVID doesn't get totally vanish, till the time we don't see 0 cases per day, we need to be very vigilant. I mean, when we talk of COVID appropriate behavior, these terms are turning kind of cliches. But then wearing mask. The other day we were attending a video conference with Honorable CM, and Dr. Oak was talking about this COVID appropriate behavior, and he mentioned that the way we used to talk about oxygen last year, oxygen, that is now we need to be talking about masks. See, now present scenario, unless there is a lockdown, people are going to go out, people are going to go to public places, people are going to go to offices. We need to avoid going to public places, but then every situation cannot be avoided. But then as long as we are wearing masks, and as long as we are not touching our face with your hand, I must say that almost to the extent of 90% protection against COVID can be guaranteed. So we need to modify our behavior big time, and through this modification of our behavior, slight changes in our lifestyle, and being conscious, being alert, and being responsible, we definitely can avoid this crisis too. Cases are bound to increase now. It will take some time to reverse this trend, because now the trend is upwards. At the most, we can keep it flat, and that is what we are targeting. That if we keep it as flat as possible, and if simultaneously we increase the speed of vaccination, definitely the trend can be reversed soon in the future. We need to behave responsibility, and that is the concept behind this drive, which has been started by state government. We have been hearing to Honorable CM saying "Mi Jawabdar" campaign. Last year we have seen "माझे कुटुंब माझी जबाबदारी," and that has given us a very good result. Now "Mi Jawabdar" campaigns puts the onus of citizen. that if you as a citizen start behaving responsibly, then the whole problem is automatically taken care of. And if every citizen understands and you behaves responsibly, definitely even this second wave can be averted or can be tackled in a much better manner.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us your time. And the viewers, we request all of you to please follow all the COVID-19 protocols. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you, sir.
Namaskar.